Natural anti-inflammatories after the gastric sleeve. Are they safe or are they dangerous?
3, 2, 1.
Here we go!
Doc, can I take turmeric, ginger, garlic, cayenne, or cinnamon after the gastric sleeve? They lower inflammation and your CRP, so they must be good, right? Let me say this very clearly. Just because something is natural, it does not mean it is safe, especially after bariatric surgery. In fact, some of these may irritate or can irritate your stomach or worsen reflux or increase your risk of bleeding or even interfere with medications. So today, I'm going to break down which ones are generally safe, which ones you should be cautious with, and when you should absolutely ask your surgeon first before consuming them. I know if you've had a sleeve, then believe me, this information matters. So before I begin, I want to ask you for a big favor. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. It is completely free and it helps us keep creating content just like this. I really appreciate it. Okay, back to the video. Let's start by asking ourselves, why do people take these ingredients in the first place? These ingredients are known for lowering inflammatory markers like CRP, supporting metabolic health, improving insulin sensitivity, having antioxidant effects, and also having cardiovascular benefits. And yes, in the general population, many of them are beneficial. But after a gastric sleeve, your anatomy, your physiology are now different. So let's go over these one by one. Turmeric or curcumin, the good. Yes, it is an anti-inflammatory. It may reduce CRP. It may support joint relief, joint pain. So what is the real risk after the gastric sleeve? Well, high-dose turmeric supplements can irritate the gastric lining. It can increase acid production, therefore can worsen reflux symptoms, and it can also increase bleeding risk, especially if it's combined with blood thinners. Now, because curcumin has this mild blood thinning property, if you are on anticoagulants like taking aspirin or you are on an early post-op period, you need clearance first. Well, how about in food amounts? Well, the amount you use like in spices and to cook, that is usually fine. In high-dose supplement capsules, please ask your surgeon first. Now let's talk about ginger, the good. Ginger is an anti-inflammatory. It can reduce nausea. It can improve digestion. So what's the real concern? Well, in high doses, ginger can increase gastric irritation. It can thin the blood. It can lower blood pressure, and it can interact with diabetes medications. Early after surgery, I'm talking about the first 6 to 8 weeks, your stomach lining is still healing. So large supplemental doses can cause burning, irritation, or discomfort in your stomach. Well, doctor, what about small amounts like in food or in tea? That is usually fine. I'm talking about concentrated extracts or supplements. Be careful. Now let's talk about garlic. Garlic is one of the most underestimated ones. Let's talk about the benefits of garlic. It's anti-inflammatory. It provides cardiovascular protection. It helps blood sugar regulation. So what's the risk? Well, garlic has significant blood thinning properties, especially if you take anticoagulants or you have anemia, you're iron deficient, or you're close to having a surgery. Garlic supplements can increase bleeding risk. Also, raw garlic can have a very irritating effect on a sleeve stomach. Capsule supplements are more concentrated than food. Again, food amounts are typically safe. Supplement level dosing, not automatically safe. How about cayenne or capsaicin? This one is the most problematic one. Capsaicin, which is the active ingredient in chili peppers, can stimulate acid production. It can increase gastric burning. It can definitely worsen reflux. It can aggravate gastroesophageal reflux disease. And remember, sleeve patients already have a higher risk of reflux due to increased intragastric pressure and anatomical changes. If you already have heartburn, GERD, a hiatal hernia, burning sensation post-op, well, cayenne supplements are definitely not a good idea for you. Even spicy foods should be introduced carefully. That is why with this one, I'm more cautious about. Now let's talk about cinnamon. This one is generally the safest in the group. It may improve insulin sensitivity and support blood sugar control. However, cassia cinnamon, the most common type, contains coumarin, which in high doses can affect liver function. And bariatric patients are already at risk for fatty liver changes, nutritional deficiencies, and altered metabolism. So again, normal dietary amounts, we're usually fine. High dose capsules daily, discuss first with your doctor. Here's the key distinction most people miss. Food level exposure is not the same as a concentrated supplemental level dosing. I'll give you an example. A turmeric capsule can equal 10 or 20 times what you get from cooking. That's when irritation happens, bleeding risks, and drug interactions, and it becomes very relevant. You should not start these without medical approval. If you are less than 8 weeks post-op, you already have reflux or GERD, you're taking blood thinners, you take diabetes medication, you have an iron deficiency, you already have anemia, you have liver issues, and you are scheduled for a surgery soon. Well, what about lowering CRP? Here's something important. If your CRP is elevated after the sleeve, the solution is usually weight loss, fat reduction, improving insulin sensitivity, correcting deficiencies, managing sleep, managing stress, not necessarily adding multiple supplements. Your surgery itself will reduce inflammatory markers, but over time. So, are these natural anti-inflammatories safe after the gastric sleeve? Here's the honest answer. In small amounts, usually yes. In high dose supplemental form, it is not an automatically safe. In an early post-op healing phase, please avoid unless you are cleared by your doctor. Always remember that after bariatric surgery, your stomach is now smaller. It's more sensitive. It's also more vulnerable. So respect it. Please remember that if you're thinking about starting any supplement after bariatric surgery, comment down below what you're considering. And remember, don't start supplements the same way you wouldn't start medications without asking your surgeon. Your sleeve is a powerful tool. Protect it. Protect yourself. I hope you found this information helpful, and if you did, please give this video a like. Greatly appreciate it. Hey, don't forget to subscribe. I'm Dr. Alvarez from endobariatric.com. We are changing lives one sleeve at a time. Take care and God bless.